understanding is that while recording, the battery, it's expected to last 60 to 65 minutes. 60 minutes continuous.
Nothing's recording. Well, yeah, something's recording on channel 3.
Channel 3?
Not channel 3. I need to get better about reading this. It's reading that there's 3 things. Okay, yeah, it is. No, stay there. Okay. You're good. All right, let's...
Ooh, it is.
Yeah. Good shot of your stomach.
Get the headset on.
Yeah,
Get the headset. Oh, you are recording the sound too.
Wow, this sounds good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I told you it sounds good. Does it sound echoey?
I hear this...
You hear trucks back there?
I hear the low rumble of the traffic.
Yeah, you probably hear it loud and clear too.
Yeah. Hear your voice loud and clear
too.
Let me point the mic at you and see what the differences are.
Which mic?
This one.
That mic?
It's sort of pointed at you.
It's fine.
Wow, any adjustment, you like hear it totally.
Oh, yeah.
Clunk, thud.
Yeah, so do you notice a difference already?
A little bit.
Really?
I mean, it's directly on you, so it's, I hear myself very well.
Right. So what are we talking about?
Tell me, when did you first realize that you were a libertarian?
Well, Sonny. Back in the day, probably about 10 years ago, when Ron Paul was having his Ron Paul revolution, the one Bernie Sanders kind of stole, which I guess is okay because I don't believe in intellectual property anyway.
There you go.
So I saw these Ron Paul stickers and billboard signs, whatever, around Little 5 Points, of all places.
Of course.
Of all places.
By the way, there for the historical record, there is still a Ron Paul bumper sticker on the back of a parking sign outside the Fed in Atlanta. I saw that the first time I went there, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, that's how I discovered Ron Paul, and I picked up some pamphlet somewhere, I don't remember. It was around like 2009, 2010. Maybe no, it was about 2008.
Do me a favor, reach out and touch the mic. Okay, good, it's out of frame. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't hiding, because it's not there, and I...
Right, because we've got a dark background. So, I mean, am I supposed to look at you? Am I supposed to look at the camera? I don't want to look at the camera. I'm looking at Chris Kofer over here.
Hold up. I'm going to move my headphones around this cable. And I'm going to sit in the chair.
You're going from Luke Skywalker to Obi-Wan Kenobi pretty quick.
For real.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay. Watch your coffee.
A precious coffee.
Yeah.
All right, so... You left off with you found Ron Paul stuff.
I found some Ron Paul stuff and got some Ron Paul pamphlet. Looked into it. I liked everything I read. I mean, I grew up Republican. Government's good as long as they're right wing.
Yeah.
Cops are okay. Abortion's bad.
Welfare's bad.
Taxes are the price we pay to live in society. I never had a real job where I even had to worry about taxes. It was like my first paychecks, they had like $10 of taxes taken out.
Right.
Well, whatever. At least I'm contributing to society by paying taxes. I'm proud about that. Then I got into Ron Paul. I got into minarchy. I looked into libertarianism. Even when I was 20 years old, back in 2006. I'm like, you know what? I had this fantasy of, I didn't even know what the non-aggression principle was. And I was describing it. I was like, that's the kind of way I would want to live. I want to be able to do what I want. And I don't want other people to tell me that I can't, as long as I'm not harming anybody. And I don't want to tell other people what they can and can't do, as long as they're not harming anybody. So I was a libertarian before I knew it, because it seemed like the right way of living my life. And then I discovered what libertarianism was, what it was about.
What it applies to.
What it applies to is as far as, just live and let live, leave other people alone, just do you. And that really resonated with me. So I got into some of those Facebook groups. I discovered the non-aggression principle. The more I read about the non-aggression principle, I realized that that's the same as do unto others. That's the same as the golden rule. I mean, why would you, unless you're kind of a jerk, why would you not try to follow that?
How instrumental was social media in developing your sense of what liberty is?
Honestly, about 90%. More than that even. Like, I can't really see how any of the people who have actually helped enrich my understanding of the philosophies of even the morals behind it. I don't know if I would have been able to come to as much of a developed and nuanced beliefs and stance as I do now, had I not been able to surround myself in groups of other people who, can help me grow, can help challenge what I know, what I think, and even, like, I'm getting that Hawthorne effect right now, because I know I'm being recorded.
It's fine.
When you know you're being recorded, so.
Let me think of some more questions.
Yeah, ask away.
What role do you see for memes in spreading the message of liberty?
I think that they elicit a certain emotional reaction. Much better than a news article. You see a news article, you see a headline, you don't know if it's true, you don't know if it's not. Sometimes there's some outrage. You might be like, oh, that's fake news, because there's so much of it actually is fake on headlines. The headlines can be very deceiving.
Yeah.
Memes are pretty cut and dry unless they get really abstract. Most of them, it's like, you see, it's pictures and words. Like,
yeah.
Like people, I guess in a way, intellectually, people are kind of devolving. Society is devolving intellectually as far as how we receive our news. There's a picture tells 1,000 words, and I mean, some of them are really funny, and if they're funny, you're gonna remember them. So if you can create some truth that people will think is funny, get a good reaction out of, it's gonna go viral, people are gonna share it, and you might actually make somebody think in the process. You're also another thing about memes is that you're not providing them an answer if you're doing it right. You might not be providing an answer. You would be providing the gateway, the inspiration that would cause somebody to actually do the research.
You're showing them the direction to look in if they want to figure it out.
Right. You're kind of pointing the way. Like, I know Pete and...
It's like a signpost.
Yeah, it's a signpost. I know Pete makes a lot of memes and, does a lot of anti-cop memes.
Right. Anti-war memes.
Anti-war memes, too. And, like...
In fact, that's why he's suspended currently, is for an anti-war meme.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he'll be back in like 3 weeks.
Wow. So... Yeah, I mean, if you're able to pique somebody's curiosity on a topic just by slapping some words on a picture, that's probably the most efficient form of inspiration right there.
Yeah, I had a discussion with Bill Orton. I don't know if you know.
I don't.
He's in the anarcho-capitalist community, and he occasionally pops into ABM.
Okay.
He's got that ozarkia.net website on anarchy. Anyway,
I'm not familiar with it.
Anyway, I'll show it to you later. But like the website itself is like, it's the design kind of looks like shit. It's like really rudimentary, but it's got a lot of very good information on the differences and types of anarchism, and even historically he's got.
Okay.
But
Ozarkia.
Yeah, that's just probably the company that does the internet where he lives. I think he's in Arkansas, but he's he was saying that memes were, initially that memes were kind of stupid and they were just like helping lower people's intelligence or whatever. And I explained to him that it was a way of compressing information, that you're taking like somebody who may not be the type to be walking through a library or looking through Amazon books or something, they're going to see something and they might be curious, and that'll lead them maybe to Wikipedia or some shit, and that might lead them to actual books or you know, on the subject, even if it's just like an ebook. You know, it's like it's a way of doing a lot with a little, especially for a generation that embraces that medium. You know, it's like looking at a fucking boomer meme. It's like awful because it's like you try to figure out what's being conveyed. You know, a meme is a package, and you're putting all that stuff into a place, and you know, it's just it's a condensed way of conveying information.
Single serving message.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not the whole book, but it's like, here's the reason why you might like that book.
Yeah, it's like you share an article with somebody, they're not going to be able to like download the article easily and then share that article in a way that you can show all of an entire message within a couple seconds.
Yeah. Also, they're very controversial. You've seen how many people argue over fucking memes.
I've gone on multiple Facebook suspensions over them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You want to switch places?
I could do that. Yeah, I could totally do that. First of all, taxation is theft.
All right. Thanks for coming in today, Robert.
Yeah.